Module 174. Actually, this module is related with the industrialized Western nations in turbulent global economy, where our focus is on the changing industrial economy, because the industrial economy was changing its shape with respect to different segment of the economy of the world. Just like the whole globe is going to be engaged in different kind of manufacturing activity, so that is going to be discussed here. First of all, if we just focus on historical situation during 1950s, as we know that United States has the hegemony, and that hegemony in terms of manufacturing production, because it holds huge market share. Now that is going to be challenged by the European manufacturing potential, because European economies were growing more quickly and rapidly, and they are becoming more capable in terms of capturing manufactured goods market. Later 1960s, the same United States and European manufacturing firms, they actually lost their market share, because now the Japanese firms are coming, and so now the Japanese, that was the time of Japanese firms rise. So they are growing and they are going to capture the global market share. Then this process moves on, and late 1980s, what history has observed, that newly industrialized countries, they establish their competitive edge and they challenge the Japanese economy as well. So therefore, what has happened over the time, the manufacturing capacity, the market share related to the manufacturing good, that was not remain stagnant, and that was not held by only few countries. Generally, that is going to move from one area or segment or one geographical location to other. Secondly, another important point is that core nations still holds their competitive edge, because they are more flexible in terms of different kind of variations, different kind of changes which are going on through the historical process across the globe. So they are capable to manage these kind of changes, because they still have the competitive advantage, and that competitive advantage allow them to make adjustment and become more flexible in terms of giving response against these changes. Further, United States economy was found more flexible, more responsive against different kind of variations which were happening, but the transnational corporations, they imposed the limits, because they were more flexible, because they don't have exact nation, or you can say a state kind of structure. They can move anywhere, and so they are capable to manage the things according to the changing environment. Then what has happened with the industrial growth pace, 1980s, steady growth of employment in service sector of the core economies was observed, and on the other side, the decline was observed in manufacturing sector. So easily you can observe through this graph how things were moving on, and actually the relationship between industrial production and manufacturing employment, that has been changed over the time. So what kind of change we can record here? Mid 1980s, absolute exponential growth you will observe here. It is consistently growing. Both are rising and changing. Industrial employment and the industrial manufacturing production, both are going in. During mid 60s, that was the time period when you may observe the fluctuations, but to an extent, on average, you can say it's a bit more stagnant situation with respect to the employment. So employment is not going to be generated, or you can say marginally decline. And then after 1970, that was the period when you observe a decline, and specifically that is referring the rising unemployment. Even the marginal growth in production is going on, and we can observe three major processes regarding this decline or this kind of relationship. First was the intensified labor productivity, because the more labor were more focused in terms of rising their productivity, so that less number of laborers can produce more output. Therefore, the employment was not required much more, but the output is going to rise. Second, labor saving techniques via funding, research and development. So capital intensive techniques were more developed, and so automatically labor get free from that kind of when that kind of techniques were applied. And third was the rationalized cut in productive capacity, because it was observed by these countries that they should focus on the optimum scale of production, to say focus on that. Therefore, they are not going to produce without any logic just to generate much more surplus. They actually rationalize that. So that was the phenomena which actually shows how things were moving across the time with respect to the globe.